Just talk to me a little bit about Athens itself and how it helped you become the musician that you are.
Wow, gosh, that's a whole show itself. Athens is obviously fantastic and an incredible breeding ground for creativity. Because at any given time, I think there's what, 300 bands in town, probably more than that. But and with the college art school, it's moved up here from Savannah in '93 to play music, and have been a member of the music community since then. And it definitely fosters to young musicians, and there's some hard knocks, as there are anywhere, but there's a lot of people that help you, and a lot of the venues, and a ton of venues to play, and a ton of great people running the venues that help the younger musicians and even us.
And so, talk a little bit about Strung Out. Talk about where it started, where you got the idea, the inspiration.
Strung Out Like the Lights Empty Stocking Fund benefit was started 5 years ago because of the economic downturn, and it was terrible. And I saw and heard from friends that were losing their jobs that they'd had for 20 years, and just hit real close to home. And I've always wanted to give back, always have, and I have to a lot of other charities, just that I wasn't involved with, just that I played benefits for, or raised money for the lighthouse down in Savannah, Coxsborough Lighthouse. But this was my thing, and I wanted to establish something that was going to last and keep going year after year. So, and I wanted it to be very local. So I've always kept up with the Empty Stocking Fund every Christmas when I read the paper, the Athens Herald. So I thought, that's the perfect one, because it goes directly into the pocket of someone locally walking down the street that you don't know, that just needs a little help. They're trying to make ends meet, they just can't quite do it. So that's how it was born. I have a song called Strung Out, so that's what we named the benefit, and that's going strong. 5 years later, we've raised, after the 4th year, this next one will be 5, we've raised just under $15,000 for locals that just need a hand.
Talk a little bit about, for someone who's never been there, what they could expect from the benefit.
The thing that sums it up is people are coming to me now every year and saying, that's my Christmas party. It's the Christmas party for people that don't have a Christmas party. And it's really what it is. I picked the location that we started at, the Office Lounge, on purpose because and it seems very simple and ridiculous, but the stage is not very high off the ground. But the bar is very large and it's got plenty of space. So I thought, instead of having this show where it's band, musicians on stage, and fans, I wanted it to be a community thing where it's not so much bands, but friends playing for friends, and we're all friends, and we all have people that support us that come to all the shows. But the bands get through playing, they walk right off the stage into the crowd, and they're just a part of the party at that point. So it's a real community party.
What can someone expect this year coming up?
You can expect the same Christmas party that you have every year, and one that starts early in the afternoon and goes late into the evening and raises money.
You want to keep it local, but what is your ultimate goal? What would be your absolute dream benefit?
I think that instead of just having it be the one night, have it more something that people are aware of through the year. So instead of just focusing on the benefit that one night, because we kind of got a handle on that, and we keep getting a little bigger every year with all these friends that want to play for us and all these great friends to choose from in town and in Georgia. But maybe do some events throughout the year, that some smaller events that maybe become larger too, so that people are aware of the charity year round, so we raise money year round.
What about, do you play at the benefits?
It's a great diverse lineup. We have bluegrass, we have the rock bands, we have Black 10, we have David Harvey, John Keane, we have a great cross section, Jim White, Betsy Frank, Welfare Liners, just a real good diverse cross section of Athens music, and we try to do that on purpose. And for some of the things that I have not had the benefit to this point. Probably isn't for lack of trying, just hasn't worked out schedule-wise for some of the bands. So we want to get kind of everybody involved, you know, the hip-hop, everything we can kind of get in one night so that everybody's represented that represents Athens on a nightly basis, either in town or out of town.
So like an hour for each genre kind of thing?
Yeah, it's really quick. It's actually like 25-30 minutes.
Oh.
We go fast.
This new album that you just came out with. Talk a little bit about that.
The new album, let's see, dreamt of being a musician at 12 years old. I knew that's what I wanted to do. And I've done that. And let's see, me as a musician right now, I've put out 3 solo records over the last few years. In between the last band, the 10 Portal Stars. And had a backing band of guys, friends from Athens that just I love, and just fantastic musicians and great guys. And we were having so much fun, and it was such a cohesive unit that we decided to form a band and we called it March. And we just released a new record called Sharing Umbrellas. And it's similar. It's the first time I've opened up the songwriting to a group, which was a lot of fun. I mean, we sat right in here and wrote the songs that you heard on the record as a 5-piece group, and that was a blast. And I'm having a blast now that it's out. I'm having a blast doing the shows. It's similar to my previous stuff because a lot of the ideas I brought and then we just finished. But with the musicianship and the creativity of these guys and their influence in it, it's changed it and made it pretty special. It's a pretty neat record. Yeah. And we just got through. We recorded it with John Keane here in town, and had a great time working with John again. I hadn't worked with him in a long time, and really made the exact record that we wanted to make, that I kind of heard in my head and that the guys heard in their head. So pretty pleased musically.